All right, get ready for a deep dive. Um, it's going to feel like we're right there in the interview room with you. Today, we're all about prepping you for a ski instructor interview,
Yeah.
which is basically like, scoring a season pass to awesome. Imagine merging your passion for skiing with, like, the thrill of teaching. It's almost like getting paid to hit the slopes.
It truly is a dream job for many, and we're here to equip you with the knowledge and confidence to ace that interview.
Exactly. We've got your back with 3 incredible resources, a super helpful career guide, an interview guide, like packed with those make-or-break questions, and of course, insights into how RoleCatcher's AI can seriously up your game. So let's just dive right in and conquer those interview questions because, let's face it, that's where the magic happens.
Absolutely. Preparation is key, and the energy guide we have is like a treasure map, leading you to interview success. It's filled with questions that really get to the heart of what it takes to be a fantastic ski instructor.
Okay, hit me with a question that really puts those skills to the test.
All right, how about this one? How do you handle a student who's absolutely terrified of skiing? I mean, we've all seen those wide-eyed beginners clinging to the bunny slope for dear life.
Oh, I can practically hear the nervous laughter now. But seriously, this is where empathy and building confidence are key. It's not just about knowing how to ski yourself. It's about guiding someone through their fears and helping them find their groove. What are some strategies that would really impress the interviewer?
You want to demonstrate that you're not just going to, like, throw them down the mountain and yell, "Pizza!" Talk about creating a safe and supportive environment. Maybe starting with simple exercises off the slopes to build their confidence. Visualization techniques are fantastic. Help them imagine, successfully gliding down a gentle slope.
That's brilliant. It's like planting the seeds of success in their minds.
Exactly. And remember, patience is your superpower. Every student learns at their own pace, and your ability to adapt to their needs will shine through.
Okay, so we've calmed the nerves and built some confidence. Now, how about a question that really digs into teaching techniques?
All right, imagine the interviewer throws this at you. How do you handle a student who's just not getting a particular technique, no matter how many times you explain it? This is where your problem-solving skills and teaching toolbox come into play.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to switch gears and find a new way to explain things. What are some strategies that showcase your adaptability?
It all starts with assessment. Figure out their learning style. Are they visual learners? Do they need more hands-on instruction? Then adjust your approach. Maybe use different analogies, break the technique down into smaller steps, or provide more personalized feedback.
Right. It's like having a bag of tricks for every learning style.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to share specific examples of how you've helped students overcome challenges in the past. Maybe you had a student struggling with turning, and you found a new way to explain the concept that finally clicked for them. Those real-life examples make your answers memorable.
It's all about showing, not just telling. Those anecdotes really bring your experience to life. Now, safety is paramount on the slopes, right? What's a question that digs into that crucial aspect?
Here's one that tests your commitment to keeping everyone safe. How would you handle a student who's blatantly ignoring safety guidelines and putting themselves or others at risk?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's a delicate balance of being firm but fair. What would be a winning approach in this situation?
It's a great opportunity to demonstrate your leadership and communication skills. You want to make it clear that safety is non-negotiable, but avoid being confrontational or embarrassing the student. Start by addressing the behavior directly, explaining the importance of the guidelines and the potential consequences.
Right, it's all about education and emphasizing the why behind the rules.
Exactly. If they still aren't getting it, you might separate them from the group for a more private conversation. And of course, document any incidents and inform your supervisor, especially if their behavior is putting anyone in danger.
It's about protecting everyone, including yourself. Now, let's shift gears to a scenario that tests your ability to adapt to unexpected situations. What's a question that really throws a curveball?
Here's a good one. Imagine you're halfway through a lesson and a sudden snowstorm rolls in, making visibility poor and conditions challenging. What do you do?
Ooh, talk about a powder day dilemma. It's all about thinking on your feet and prioritizing safety. What steps would you take?
Safety first, always. I'd immediately gather my group and find a safe, sheltered spot away from any potential hazards. Then I'd assess the situation and contact my supervisor for guidance. Depending on the severity of the storm, we might wait it out or carefully make our way back to the base area.
It's all about staying calm, making smart decisions, and keeping everyone informed. Now, let's talk about those students who are ready to take their skills to the next level. What's a question that would help you showcase your ability to challenge advanced skiers?
This one really digs into your technical expertise. How would you approach teaching a group of experienced skiers who are looking to improve their carving technique?
All right, time to show off those expert skills. I'd start by assessing their current technique, identifying any areas for improvement. Then I'd break down the mechanics of carving, emphasizing things like edge engagement, weight transfer, and body positioning. I'd use clear demonstrations and provide specific feedback to help them refine their movements.
You nailed it. And don't forget about the power of video analysis. If the resort has the technology, you could film their runs and review the footage together. Pinpointing areas where they can improve, it's a great way to provide visual feedback and help them see their progress.
That's a fantastic idea. It's like having instant replay for your skiing technique. Now let's talk about the elephant on the slopes, or rather, the question everyone dreads. Tell us about a time you failed and what you learned from it. That's a classic, but it can throw people off.
Don't let it intimidate you. This question is actually an opportunity to showcase your growth mindset and your ability to learn from your mistakes. The key is to choose a specific example that demonstrates resilience and a commitment to improvement.
Okay, so what would a good example sound like in the context of ski instruction?
Perhaps you could talk about a time you misjudged a student's ability and pushed them too far, leading to a fall or a loss of confidence. Explain what you learned from that experience, how you adjusted your approach, and how it ultimately made you a better instructor.
It's all about turning those setbacks into stepping stones. Now let's inject a little fun into the mix. What's a question that really lets your personality and passion for skiing shine through?
How about this one? What's your favorite thing about skiing, and how do you share that passion with your students?
Okay, this is where I get to geek out about skiing. I mean, who wouldn't love a job where you get to talk about your favorite thing all day long? I definitely share my love for the feeling of freedom and exhilaration on the slopes, the beauty of the mountains, and the sense of accomplishment after mastering a challenging run.
That's the spirit. Let that enthusiasm flow. You can talk about how you create a fun and supportive learning environment, how you celebrate each student's success, and how you inspire them to push their boundaries and discover the joy of skiing.
It's about creating an experience that goes beyond just learning the technical skills. It's about fostering a love for the sport. Now, before we wrap up this interview question marathon, I want to circle back to RoleCatcher. We've talked about how amazing it is for finding jobs, tailoring your CV, and even practicing for video interviews. But how does it specifically help with these tricky interview questions?
This is where RoleCatcher's AI truly shines. It's like having a personal interview coach in your pocket. You can input specific questions, like the ones we've discussed, and the AI analyzes them, providing insights into what the interviewer is looking for.
So it's not just giving you generic answers, it's actually understanding the nuances of each question.
Exactly. It helps you identify key points to address, potential pitfalls to avoid, and even suggests ways to structure your answers for maximum impact. It's like having a secret weapon that gives you an edge in the interview process.
That's incredible. And I love that it provides personalized feedback based on the specific job role. It's like having a customized prep guide for your dream job. Going through these questions, I'm realizing that a ski instructor needs a whole range of skills. Technical expertise, teaching ability, communication skills, empathy, problem solving, the list goes on.
Absolutely. It's a multifaceted role that requires a unique blend of talents. But that's also what makes it so rewarding. You get to share your passion for skiing, help people overcome their fears, and witness those aha moments when a student finally nails a new technique. It's incredibly fulfilling.
Speaking of fulfillment, let's take a quick detour from the interview prep and touch on career progression. The career guide mentioned some interesting paths for ski instructors. Beyond just teaching beginners on the bunny slopes, what caught your eye?
The specialization options are really exciting. You could focus on freestyle skiing, teaching those awesome tricks and jumps, or venture into backcountry skiing, guiding skiers through untouched powder. You could even specialize in adaptive skiing, working with people with disabilities.
Those specializations sound incredible. It's like leveling up your skills and unlocking a whole new world of opportunities. And it shows that you're not just passionate about skiing. You're committed to continuous learning and pushing your own boundaries.
Exactly. And there's also the option of moving into leadership roles within a ski school, becoming a trainer or examiner for ski instructor certifications, or even starting your own ski instruction business. The possibilities are endless.
It's inspiring to see that a passion for skiing can lead to such a diverse and fulfilling career. I think we've covered a ton of ground today. from tackling those nerve-wracking interview questions to exploring the exciting career paths that await successful candidates. But before we send everyone off to practice their parallel turns, I have one final thought-provoking question that I think will really help you stand out in that interview.
I'm all ears. Hit me with it.
Okay, here it is. Think about a time when you had to teach someone a complex skill, whether it was skiing related or something completely different. What strategies did you use to break down the information and make it easy for them to understand?
That's a brilliant question. It forces you to think beyond the standard interview responses and really showcase your teaching abilities in a creative way. You could talk about using analogies, visual aids, hands-on demonstrations, or even incorporating humor to make the learning process engaging and memorable.
Exactly. This is your chance to show the interviewer that you're not just a skier, you're a gifted communicator and a passionate educator who can make learning fun and accessible for everyone. And that, my friend, is the recipe for a successful ski instructor interview. I feel like we've given you like a backstage pass to the ski instructor interview, and hopefully you're feeling pumped and ready to, tackle those questions head on.
Absolutely. Remember, preparation is key. Take the time to familiarize yourself with the role, research the resort or ski school you're applying to, and practice your answers. It's like warming up before hitting the slopes. The more prepared you are, the smoother the ride.
And don't forget to check out RoleCatcher. It's your all-in-one toolkit for landing that dream job, not just as a ski instructor, but for any career path you're passionate about.
Seriously, RoleCatcher is like having a secret weapon. The AI-powered tools can help you tailor your application, practice for video interviews, and even refine your answers to those tricky questions. It's like having a personal coach cheering you on every step of the way.
All right, listener, as you embark on this exciting journey, we want to leave you with one final piece of advice. What sets you apart as a ski instructor? What unique experiences, skills, or quirks make you the ultimate guide to the slopes? Think about that and let it shine through in your application and interview.
Authenticity is key. Embrace your passion, let your personality shine, and remember to have fun. After all, you're interviewing for a job where you get to spend your days on the mountain, sharing your love for skiing.
That's right. Go out there, crush that interview, and may your runs be epic and your students always find their snow legs.